Yeah. Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere. To you, the individual, as part of the collective. Welcome to Fast Track Sports Rack, highlights here on talk radio version of the OMSR. I am, as always, your brief but very concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Always do a little show like this, a little voiceover intro. Let you know the clipboard coming up and the wise to wherefore. So, trying to double time it to get caught up with baseball highlights at the quarter to third way through the season, kind of in between all that. So part one, Dodgers and Rue doing very well. He's the pitcher who got the closest to longest stretch to a no-hitter who didn't get it type deal. Part two, Toronto Blue Jays kicking butt, as opposed to this time last year they were at the bottom end of the barrel. Now they're on top of things, playing in an empty dome. Be on the Quickie Sport Rant. Red Sox snap their losing streak, but Buchholz desperately needs that beard back. Part three, Yankees versus Cards go to extra innings. Orioles and Brewers as well. And then the Cubs versus San Francisco, and you got Samardzija getting the best, what did they say, ERA. Excuse me. In the majors. Quickie Sport Rant's going to cover all that stuff, but it's going to come after the fact, most notably. Explain why the OMSR splits up baseball into multiple shows. This is the baseline show, you understand. You want to go back and see the other parts so know when to fast forward to. In the meantime, roll clips.
Hi, Ben Burke, Eric Wedge, and Manny Actor. We continue here on baseball tonight. Derek Jeter being honored by the Cardinals. Stand usual cufflinks.
Well, you know what? St. Louis Cardinals are a class organization. That's a heck of a gift. I'm sure Derek Jeter appreciated it.
Top of the eighth, tied at 3, running on first, running on the pitch. Brett Gardner thrown on second by Yadi Molina, and a standing ovation from that crowd in St. Louis.
I love that. I mean, I love how fired up Yadi is. First time Gardner's been thrown out this year. The fans are into it. That's just great big league baseball right there.
Bottom of the 11, still tied at 3. Molina deep to left off. Alfredo with 7th. This time Gardner gets payback.
He's a weapon on both sides. But Gardner just got him back right here. You threw me out. I'm going to take this extra bases away from you.
Hashtag web jam is Molina visibly frustrated there. And when we have the big decision of the game, top of the 12, still tied 3. First base open, 1 out. Randy Choate intentionally walks Ichiro to load the bases. Jason Mott's in the bullpen. Mike McNeely stays with Choate and lets the switch hitter Brian Roberts bat right-handed. But did he make the right decision? For his career, Roberts is a .285 hitter against righties and .261 against lefties, also hitting for less power against southpaws. What do you think?
Well, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but I like Choate against Ichiro. Ichiro's pretty good against left-handers, but I like the left-on-left situation. If you walk him, you walk him, but Ichiro's going to chase out of the zone.
I can see what he's thinking there. I mean, their winning run is already at third base, or the go-ahead run. They got a shot, lockdown closer in Robertson. He might as well try to get out of the inning with 1 pitch, trying to get the double play. And, you know, Choate against Roberts probably gave him a better chance.
All right, so let's see what happened. With the bases loaded, Roberts, the base hit to the left side, so McNeely's decision to stay with Choate backfired.
Well, you know what? And he didn't execute a pitch right there either. So if he does execute a pitch, maybe it's a different outcome.
The Yankees up 4-3, bottom of the 12th. David Robertson in for the save. The Yankees up 6-4, and he gets Colton Wong. The Yankees win.
That's pretty nasty. Everybody just talks about his cutter, but this guy has a power curve, too.
That's going to separate for him. You know what? I mean, he was cutter, change up, that curveball's going to separate him.
Yankees and Cardinals went to extras. How about the Orioles and the Brewers? Francisco Rodriguez flirting with disaster. Top of the 9, 2 outs. O's down 6-4. Jonathan Scope, 1-run game.
Regression time. I mean, it was unbelievable what he was doing the first month of the season, and the Brewers as a team. And you know, no one here was expecting Rodriguez to go 40 for 40 at this age of his career.
Pinch hitter Delman Young, the base hit to left. He'd be replaced by the pinch runner David Lowe. So O's tying run at first, and Nick Markakis will deliver the RBI double. We're tied at 6.
A nice job by Buck Showalter right there with the pinch runner. I don't know, you know, if the other guy scores right here, especially like, you know, cutting these bags right here to score.
And he mentioned that regression. K-Rod has allowed 7 earned in his last 7 innings after not allowing a single run through May 10th. Homers have been a big problem. He's given up 3 in his last 7 games while allowing batters to hit .344. And of additional concern, not missing any bats. Strikeout rate just about 12% after sitting at 38%. Brewers offense trying to back up K-Rod in the bottom of the ninth. At 6-all, Carlos Gomez lays on a bunt. The new Oriole, Nick Hundley, overthrows to first.
Well, just got underneath the baseball right there. Tried to do a little bit too much. Tried to be a little bit too quick when he didn't have to be.
Carlos has so many ways to beat you.
Lucroy being replaced by the pinch runner Elian Herrera. Now it's Mark Reynolds. The soft liner to J.J. Hardy at short. Then makes it throw to Manny Machado at third. Double play. Bad base running.
Absolutely. Unless you're running on contact. And even if you're running on contact, that was a soft line drive way too high. You can only get double up if it is a bullet real low at somebody.
Top at 10, still 6-6, 2 outs. Hardy doubling a deep left just off of Chris Davis' glove. Had a chance.
Yeah, great effort right there. But I'll tell you what, J.J. Hardy, love him. Love him as a complete player. I think he's one of the best complete shortstops in the game.
Hundley slaps a single to left. Orioles up 7-6.
Taking advantage of this opportunity now with Wieters out. I mean, he didn't have that much playing time over there in San Diego. With Grandal getting the majority of the playing time, and he should take advantage of it.
Bottom of the 10th, 2 on, 1 away. Irving Falou cannot take advantage here. High chopper to second. Game-ending double play. Orioles win. 7-6 is the final, so the Brewers lose. Can Jeff Samardzija finally get a victory in the meantime. Best ERA in the National League, still looking for his first win. Top of the 5th, though. The double will score a run.
Well, things are looking up. You know, when you get a double, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself. Things might be turning the corner. I mean, he's been pitching great, control, shoot, control, but he wants to get a win, obviously, worse than anybody.
Cubs tied at 3, then Emilio Bonifacio. Ronnie went down the line. Samardzija scores on the triple.
Bonifacio just continues to be a catalyst for this lineup on the top of it, and just his speed, he plays. I mean, this guy, speed never goes in slump.
And after the Cubs take the lead, Samardzija would just shut the door on the Giants.
Well, you know what? He was sniffing it. I mean, you know what? He knew he had an opportunity to get off the snide there and get that first win. No ball of his own. He hasn't had one. But I tell you what, he really wanted this. He was going as deep as he could. He didn't want to give it up. But it was time for him to get out of there.
7 innings, 3 earned, 10 Ks. Now time for the one-a-day men's state in the game. A moment. You see what Samardzija's done. 16 starts, 105 third innings, 1,646 pitches between his last 2 victories. The Cubs went 2-14 in those starts, so they couldn't get him a victory, and they couldn't get a victory, period, whenever he was on the mound.
Some good stuff going on there. Quickie Sport Rant. It's like a 4-for-1. Okay, the thing with baseball is, because they play so many games, it's a difficult sport to cover. And I know a lot of my subs, and I've even lost a few of them, because this year I've just not been staying on top of it. Well, part of the reason is because the way it was done last year in terms of baseball tonight on Sunday morning with Tim Quirkjim, who bears a strong resemblance to the wizard in Monty Python's Holy Grail, who was also named Tim, so it made for a hilarious segue. Can't do that this year. I was a little disappointed, because they're doing this thing now where it's the Sunday night featured game. It's where they do Sunday baseball. Okay, so be it, but that's why. Plus, your 3 big professional leagues and NASCAR, so let's call it 4, have gotten real fanatical about, yeah, even if you take this amount from a game, you follow, third-party content ID rears its ugly head. And if you get too carried away, even on third-party video, they'll ding you outright. So that's the way it is. OMSR show always tries to educate you while bringing you highlights and provide relevant sport talk. All right, so don't be too hard on Rue, the Dodger. He still has his translator speaking for him. Now, Will of the OMSR is very partial to Korean, or Koreans. Goes back 20 some odd years. A long and steady experience with and with those of Hapkido. When you come from the Asian languages, English is very difficult to learn, because the grammatical rules in, say, like Japanese especially, which I know the most of, or in terms of having seen it spoken the most, being raised in Japan and whatnot. No, I don't speak Japanese. I'm just saying that, like in English, when you could say, ideally, this guy won't be talking so much, or this guy won't be talking so much, ideally. In Asian, a lot of times, the word at the end is translated to be the word at the beginning. So it's just as difficult for us to learn some of these Asian languages. But I would say, or will say, that you would think by now he'd know maybe a little bit more English, but apparently not. All right, hey, Toronto, what's going on? Qu'est-ce que c'est votre problème dans les contre du Canada? Toronto doing well, still playing in, like, I swear it's one of the biggest looking stadiums / it's a dome in the major leagues. Encarnacion. Bring more people out, especially on Memorial Day weekend. And Red Sox, they finally break their losing streak, but Buchholz looks like a 15-year-old kid out there without the beard, and his game may be suffering because of it. And then finally, you know, maybe the Cubs can finally make some noise this year when you got a pitcher like Samardzija doing well. All the video highlights courtesy to ESPN vis-a-vis Baseball Tonight. The best show ever to break down baseball in terms of analysis, and to MLB. Everything else to the OMSR. Now, I wholeheartedly recommend you catch Baseball Tonight. It's on every freaking night of the week because, like, as I mentioned, baseball's a very long season. That's why you got to pace yourself. I'm going to try to bring more updates, say, like on Mondays and Fridays, because, as I said, this Sunday version of Baseball Tonight just is not as good as last year. And they're not showing the records of the clubs a whole lot of the time either. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. No silly DYs while you're out there celebrating the NBA playoffs. We are later out of here.